I know I've been at war, but yeah, I've been busy, guys. I've been busy, I've been traveling, and it's been uptight at work, but I would try to be consistent. So follow if you like this kind of content. So I've been busy trying to grade the continuous assessments for the students, especially the undergrads, because they need to know whether they qualify to sit for the exam or not. So they must have their continuous assessment results and final scores loaded up on the electronic system, and then they can access those results from their student portals. So I've just been busy grading and entering the results on the system and preparing the exams itself, because I need to send the examination questions or paper to the admin staff for printing. So today is a Sunday, and my students start writing the exams, that is the courses that they do with me, on Wednesday. So I need to submit the test or the exam paper for printing by tomorrow, Monday. So I'm just going to show a little bit of what that marking process is like, and perhaps I'll take you along at school as I invigilate my students writing the exams. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about in this video is the thing that I've been noticing as I've been grading the different assessments, even on the master's degree level students. This is something quite concerning, because I see they've been struggling with referencing, and the approved referencing style for the university where I work is the APA referencing style. And yeah, I see that students are struggling with that. So for the undergrads, especially first years, second years, these are people that I usually would help explain how the system works, send them reading materials so that they can understand this, because it forms a foundation for everything else that they're going to be doing academically. Of course, I see students, even master students, who are presenting their entire work assessment without without citation. And I'm like, how did you write the whole project without any in-text referencing? And at that time, you'll find there are definitions, there are statements that have been placed as fact, and those must always be referenced, because if not, their work would be highly plagiarized, right? And plagiarism is a very serious academic offense. So it's just to help them understand. For the master students, I expect them to go and research, to go and find out, to ask if they need help, ask colleagues. They could read past work in their field or even in other fields, just to look at how that referencing style is used and how they should reference their own sources in text and also in the reference list. So that is one of the things that I've noticed that students are struggling, and perhaps I'll be suggesting if the coordinator could consider perhaps doing an orientation on how this referencing is done. Otherwise, students must take it upon themselves to understand, to learn, to research, to ask, to look at past works, to identify how this is done. Because how do you present an entire you know assignment without in-text citation, in-text referencing, and yet you are describing, you are making definitions and putting certain statements as fact, in your work, and yet you are not able to give credit to the owners of the work. So something very worrying. And if you are also doing your own work, your own research, please remember to find out from the institution, because sometimes you can reference correctly, but it's the incorrect style that is recommended by this institution. I have come across students who have used the referencing style correctly, but it's the wrong one, because this university doesn't use Harvard style of referencing. It uses APA. But I have seen work that has been submitted and students use the Harvard style of referencing, right? So there is an importance of students to understand the difference between the different referencing styles, and there are several, okay? So find out if you're not sure so that you make sure that you are referencing correctly.
Okay. Okay, do something, guys. Okay, it's a video now.